know who I am. I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. You can come to my talk show anytime. We have Coffee Talk with Karen every weekday at 11 a.m. And we have Real Talk with Karen Stacy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's not your mama's talk show. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. And let's have some fun, baby. You can find us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, and on MiamiMikeRadio.com. Testing. Is this mic working? You better believe it is. I'll see you guys soon. Good morning. Did you see me, guys? Did you see me behind there? Like I said, I got to figure out how to make that full screen because it looks stupid when I'm behind it. And then I was like, I creep out to the side, and then I look stupid creeping out to the side. So trying to figure that out. I need tech support. Hello, tech support. How the fuck do I do this? And then it's so funny because people will reach out to me and they're like, "Oh, Karen, can you do a little commercial for me? Or can you do this? Can you do that?" And I'm like, yeah. In my head going, okay, how the fuck do I do that? Right? So any of you guys that reach out and ask me to do stuff, just know I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. But, and I don't fake it well, right? So, but no, you got to figure it out, right? Because unless you got tech support, you got to figure it out. So thank you guys. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy page, the Karen Stacy group. For those of you that are commenting on the show, for some reason, some people's names I can see and some people's I cannot. It usually seems that if you're on the Karen Stacy page, which is the professional page that has the caricature of me on it, that's where most of the people are if you want to see other people's comments other than me reading them. So please jump on there. Real Talk, it's Facebook.com/Real Talk Karen Stacy. And make sure you hit that button where you like it so that you can see us on there, because some people's names do not come up on my end to see the comments. We're also on YouTube. We're also on Twitch, and we're also on Periscope. Again, Real Talk Karen Stacy. So please, if you haven't already done so, please like the pages. Please join the groups. Again, you can watch this anywhere you choose. Do not feel, I see a lot of people going, I'm not sure if I'm on the right page. If you can see me and you can hear me, you're on the right page. So no pressure. We're just having coffee and we're having coffee talk. So please, no pressure, which page, whatever, it's all good. The only concern I have is if I can't physically see your name. So most of the times, if you're on the Karen Stacy page, I can see your name. If not, then you need to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, and then I will be able to see your name. So I usually do shout people out whenever they comment. If you don't hear me say your name, it means I do not see it, okay? Just so you know. All right, let me get up. Let me get up here. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Like a sex machine. Wait, what's that? Oh my God. I think we need to do like a new campaign, like virgins from COVID or something like that, right? Should we do that, right? Because I mean, usually, it's hump day, right? So I like to talk about sex on hump day, but I did like a couple of shows on it, and I think I'm all out of material because I seem to be asexual. So I don't know. I'm sorry, my computer just was like, some updates could not be like, don't you update now, motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to just be otherwise known as Karen Amoeba. Um, so I don't know if I'm the right person to, speak about hump day because I don't know. I think I need to start, watching more videos so I can remember how to do it. So good morning. I see you guys are commenting. So hang with me a sec. Let me see. Good morning, Carmela and Lisa. Big shout out to my girls, Carmela and Lisa, trying to hold it down for us out there and moderate and let you guys know that you are all loved and sharing out the videos and stuff. And again, a big thank you to each and every one of you because you guys are doing a phenomenal job as well of sharing out the videos. So I really, 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 really thank you and appreciate that. Tag your friends, have them, we're all having coffee together. This is a virtual world. So you know what? Raise your glass and have some coffee. And if you don't drink coffee, grab your tea, grab your water, grab your, with you guys, God only knows, your alcoholic beverage. And just join us, man. That's all. I don't give a shit what you're doing. Pajamas, the dog is laying on top of you, your cat's on your head. It's all good. We can't have the cat in the hat anymore, so at least you can have the cat on your head. Oh, did she go there? Oh my God, she did. Okay, moving right along. Good morning, Colleen. How are you? I see somebody, it says Facebook user, and I see hearts. Heart back to you. And somebody said, hi, Karen Stacy, can't see your name. Gina, good morning. Rita, good morning. Rosie, good morning. Michelle, good morning. What a great introduction. Oh, thank you. Good morning, Stephen. How are you? Lisa G, in the place to be. Someone else said good morning, can't see your name. Just for those of you, I just want you to see what I see so that you understand. See how right there? That's what I see. And then when I can see your name, I see that. And thank you so much. I appreciate that. Where am I here? Georgie, good morning. How are you? Sylvia, hi, honey. Hi, Laura. Rick Slick, and now I see your name too. What's going on? Wow, twice. I'm not used to you being on the show. Thank you for joining us. All right, the comments just went cuckoo-lookos again. For those of you that missed last night's show, I think we had some fun last night too. You know me, always pushing the fucking envelope. So I was like off. I was on fire yesterday morning, and I wasn't on fire last night. I think we had fun last night. Let me see. I just went out of the comments. Hold on a second. Good morning, Jimmy. Jersey Jimmy in the building. What's going on? Share it out, share it out, share it out. I think I have to end a relationship. My girlfriend is too much drama. Jimmy, you always got something going on your end, baby. So yeah, we don't need that. Hi, Alyssa. Good morning, my love. Raise above would be good theme. Rise above would be a good theme. Okay. Going to be in the doctor's office, so I will be. Yes, I know, Carmela. Thank you. Okay, where am I here? Hey, Eunice, how are you? We missed you last night. I have my coffee. All right, good. You got to have beer. There you go. That's probably Georgie. Are you drinking a beer? Mark, good morning. Rosie, you don't forget, fall off a bike, get back up and get on it, girl. Listen, I'm looking to get on it, Rosie. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm a picky, like we get older. Maybe that's what we could talk about today. I think that when we get older, we know what we want. Well, we know what we don't want. I don't think we always know what we want, right? But like, I don't know. You got to be pretty fucking awesome for me to want to get up on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just riding, to go for a ride. I'm riding because I want to get to the destination. Oh, Rita P. Hi, honey. We've missed you. Hold on. The freaking comments just went cuckoo-loocos. Where's Maria? We are missing a lot of people here today. Where are my regulars? JR, Jesse, Simi. Where is everybody? Ed, good morning. Oh, I just said Simi and I saw somebody wrote her name somewhere. Oh, you like this color? Thank you. The happiest of hump days, or the humpless in my case. Yeah, me too, Georgie. Let me see. Monica, good morning, honey. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Carlos, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Don't forget, you guys, share it out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This shit should be plastered all over fucking Facebook and anywhere else that you are. I think you share it from like YouTube? Yeah, you could share YouTube videos. Don't forget, we're there too. And it's so funny because I'm like, really, it's like, you have one view. Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. One view. Holy shit. But you know what? The beautiful thing about life is, it only takes one. Imagine that one view was like Ellen DeGeneres, and she was like, you know what? This is a crazy bitch. I should have her on my show, right? So, you know what? It's always quality over quantity, right? Remember that. So I do have a question for you. How are you guys doing? Like, I'm doing a check-in right now. Hi, Erica. Good morning. I want to do a little bit of a check-in and see how you guys are doing, because I don't know. I mean, I feel like we're on a roller coaster, right? So there's Maria. I just said, where's my Maria? Good morning. So yeah, I just want to do a quick check-in. I know it's hump day. I know we should be talking about sex, but this is kind of more important. I mean, obviously, if you're having sex, you're probably doing better than the rest of us. But, I want to check in. I want to know, I want you to tell me how you're doing, and how you doing? I'm gonna type it here. So, check in. How are you doing? All right, now, and I'm going to, okay, so now I'm going to post this here. And if you look at the screen, you will see that logo there is predominantly where everyone is that's joining the show. So if you feel like you're by yourself and you're like, how come I hear her reading all these comments, but I don't see them? A lot of people on Facebook, that's where they are. Don't forget, I do see, I have comments on Twitch. I have comments on Periscope. So, I do see all of them. Georgie, no beer here, just an enormous bar of chocolate and Pepsi Max, and I'm happy as a pig in shit. All right, I hear ya. Well, I have to say that last week, Lisa brought some stuff over to me, and her and Carmela got me these like dark chocolate little bally thingamajiggies. And they were gone within like 3 days. And I don't eat crap like that, but Lisa knows that I'm a dark chocolate whore. So yeah, I mean, my father had some, my son, of course, had some, but I wanted to just like hoard them all and be like, don't lay a finger on my Butterfinger. No, don't lay a finger on my chocolate because that's mine. I licked it. It's mine. I should have licked them all, but I didn't. But yeah, that let me tell you something. When you're not having sex, good chocolate, and in my case, wine. I don't do soda, but listen, whatever makes your monkey wiggle, it's all good. Let me see. Maria, haven't been feeling well. Had surgery 4 months ago and had some complications. Oh no, honey, we are sending you love. I hope you feel better. Yeah, see, that's why I'm kind of doing a check-in today, because I can get up here and talk and talk and talk, but it's more important how you guys are doing, how we're all doing actually. Because you know what? I think, and I could be wrong, but most people don't ever ask you how you are. If you talk to somebody, no one says, like, how was your day? No one really says, like everybody goes, look, oh, hey, how are you? Right? But no one wants to hear the answer to that question, right? When somebody says, how are you? You're supposed to answer, good, how are you? Right? They don't want to hear that you're not good, because nobody really cares. They just ask the question because it's like, like saying thank you after somebody does something. It's supposed to be a given, right? So I'm asking you right now, and I'm giving you permission to complain, air quotations, or to vent. I am giving you the permission to do that, because I really want to know, because I think a lot of people, I don't know. I think sometimes we feel very undervalued. I mean, I know I do, not here, but sometimes in my personal affairs. And it rattles you a little bit, because you say to yourself, I'm here. I try to be here for so many people. I try to do the right thing. And then you sometimes feel like maybe like you're not good enough, or maybe you're not valued, right? Maybe you value others more than they value you. And although that's on them and it's not on you, as a human being, it sucks a little bit, right? So I don't know. I mean, I'm human and I think the world of myself, and I value myself, right? So how other people feel about me shouldn't matter, right? Wrong. It does. And even though we can all sit here and we can reach for the stars and we can stay positive, we can remotivate, we can redirect, we can refocus. At the end of the day, we're human. Some of us are more sensitive than others. I am certainly a very sensitive person, although most people don't believe that. And the little things really do mean a lot. So if there are people in your life that you value, go out of your way to let them know that, because we are all in a fucked up time. So we're all like, no one knows what tomorrow's going to bring. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Get vaccinated, don't get vaccinated. Vote, don't vote. It just, the list goes on, right? And we're supposed to just carry on. How do we carry on when the fucking world is upside down and backwards? Okay. We talked about this yesterday with the Cat in the Hat, with Dr. Seuss, the Mr. Potato Head, Grease. And of course I post things and you get these people, that have to go against what you say. So, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, right? I always say that to you. We can all agree to disagree. But the truth of the matter is that we really are living in this land of fuckness, and we keep finding things wrong with everything and everyone. Okay, we're going back to books that we were all raised on 100 mother flipping, more than 100 years ago, right? And we're all okay. So now this isn't appropriate. This isn't appropriate. Well, how about you teach your children how to interpret inappropriate? How about that you want to make a transgender Mr. fucking Potato Head, which again, I have no issue with gay, transgender. I don't give a fuck. But It's okay to censor the book because it was written 100 years, whatever, whenever it was written. And that's not okay. But it's okay that I have to explain to my child why there is a transgender fucking doll. So if I got to explain a transgender fucking doll and that's acceptable and okay, then I'm going to also use the dialogue to tell my son if there is something inappropriate in the way a message is being put, whether it's in the media, whether it's in a book, whether it's in a movie. And I talked about this yesterday. You have to have the dialogue. It is your responsibility as a parent, and it is your responsibility as a human to have that dialogue, whether it's with yourself or it's with someone else, where, you know what? I see that. I see the undertones on that. Not really where I go with these things, not really how I feel. So this is a point of view, and you can either agree with it or disagree with it. But now we must remove all points of views. But it's okay to interject a fucking transgender doll that I have to explain to my child. So let's make it clear across the board is what I'm trying to say. And I talked about this yesterday too. Okay, clear across the board. What's good for one is good for the other. So if I have to explain to my kid why Mr. Potato Head has a fucking hole and a fucking peg, then I can also explain to my child that some things that are said might be offensive, might be inappropriate, because that motherfucking doll is offensive and inappropriate. Just saying. So I think people need to get their fucking ducks in a row, because I think there's a little bit too much of going all the way to the other side, right? I mean, really, let's think about that. Like I said, level playing field. That's all I ever speak about is a level playing field. Right, wrong, level playing field, because everyone's interpretation is different. One may think that that's right, and one may think that that's wrong. One may be a Democrat. One may be a Republican. You know, there's nothing wrong with either one. Do you raise your children the way you do, the way you feel? Or don't say that, because that's how people learn prejudice and everything else. I think you should be I always try to be neutral and share things on a neutral basis, and then come up with your own opinion and feeling on it after that, right? So what we do with that is it's opening up the lines of communication. It's dialogue. And so many people, like we talked about yesterday, brush it right under the fucking rug. Stop brushing shit under the fucking rug. Okay? Let's talk about it. It can't be so one-sided. And I guess the other sides would say that it's one-sided on the other side, right? So again, it's two-sided, and we have to always keep that in mind. Two sides to every story, and then write the truth somewhere in the middle. But it's your truth. It's not my truth per se. It's your truth. And so what happens is that if I live my truth and your truth is similar to my truth, then we find each other, and that's our circle. Most of the times, if my truth is not what your truth is, then our circles are not going to, play nice together, right? Because you feel one way and I feel another way. So it's kind of like either you can be opposites attract, respectfully agree to disagree, or you just can't play in the sandbox together because your beliefs are so different that if you don't believe what I believe and I don't believe what you believe, then go fuck your mother, right? So that's not good either. So all I'm trying to say, again, level playing field. I don't care what you're playing. Just be level. There's two sides. So stop with everything going in one direction, because you know what? The people that are trying to go in this direction, there are people that are trying to go in this direction. So there's got to be a midway point, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. All right. Anyway, sorry. I know I'm going off my tangent here. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on Facebook on the Karen Stacy page, on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. Please like the page. Please join the group. We are live on my personal page as well. If you see a picture of me and my son, that is my personal page. Most people are on the business page, which is the logo that you see on the screen. We are also on Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit those buttons. And please share out the video if this is something that you feel needs to be spread. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to everybody that is commenting. I'm going to read the comments now. Thank you so much for everybody that shares out the video. Thank you for everybody that supports the show. It never goes unnoticed, and always much love to each and every one of you. Rita said, wishing I was moving to Texas as they are opening up 100% with no more fucking masks. So Rita, again, that's going on, you know, two sides, right? Because you have people that are dead set that masks work. So I read a post that somebody put up, and they were saying something about wear masks, they save lives. And then somebody else wrote on the post, you know, that's how you feel, it's not how I feel, right? So there are people, I would imagine that there are going to be people in Texas that, even though it's not mandated that they must wear a mask, which to my understanding, that's still a bleak, that's like a weird thing because they can't really mandate per se. But like it's not a law, if you will. But there are going to be people in Texas that will probably choose to wear a mask even though they don't have to. Again, I'm going to go back to my scenario with the condom. There are plenty of people that have unprotected sex and should have a condom on, and they don't. And then there are plenty of people that have protected sex and wear a condom. So, you know, again, I go right back to my masks and my condoms. I think it's the same, you know, same scenario, right? You know, you wear them when you feel it necessary. So if you're, you know, having sex with somebody that you know, might be banging other people or have been banging other people, or maybe you want to be responsible and not get somebody pregnant, you put a condom on. If you're going out in public and you don't trust the people around you because you have no idea whether or not they've been exposed, haven't been exposed, you know, do social distance or whatever the fuck it is that they tell us to do. So then you wear a mask if that makes you feel more protected. Then there are other people that have sex and they go raw and they go, I'm going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. And then there are people that go out and say, I'm not fucking wearing a mask, right? I'm not wearing a condom. I can't feel nothing when I wear a condom. I'm not wearing a mask because I can't fucking breathe when I have a mask on. Right? So, I mean, I know that, you know, I'm an asshole because these are the comparisons that I make. But if you really think about it, it's really true. It's the same thing. And it could be life or death. Because if you're having sex with somebody that, you know, has some type of a disease and it prevents you from getting this disease, then that's a life or death. If you're out and somebody has COVID and you may be exposed to it and it may affect you in a harmful, life-threatening way, then the mask protected you, right? So again, it's all, I don't want to say personal preference because it's also, it's a public issue, right? But I'm just saying, I know a lot of people talk about Texas and everybody's going, woohoo, no masks, look what they're doing. And then you have other people that are saying that's crazy, the infection rate is going to go up. So we also have a comparison between Florida and California. So Florida hasn't really had those strict mandates, to my understanding, in terms of the masks and in terms of, shutdowns and stuff, right? California is extremely strict, shutdowns, masks, all that stuff. And they say that the rates, I believe there's not like a huge statistical rate difference between the two. Now, I said this to my father, and my father argued that, California has many more residents than Florida. So, like I said, there's always two sides to everything. And then if you are a numbers person, we never know what statistics are accurate and what statistics are not accurate, because I know people on a personal level that have tested positive for COVID and then tested negative for COVID at the same time, but those positive ones are still going in. We know people that have died. They haven't died because of COVID, but the numbers are in that they died from COVID. So is COVID an issue? Abso-fucking-lutely. Should you protect yourself and be safe? Abso-fucking-lutely. But if you're a numbers person, you have to know where these numbers are coming from. I base things personally off of personal experience because I can't verify someone else's information. I can only verify information that I get from my own sources that I know are verified. So again, everyone is entitled to feel how they want to feel. And that's why I'm asking you how you're doing, because some of us are being shamed for feeling a certain way, and some of us, and then others of us are being shamed for feeling the other way. We should not be shamed. You do what works for you. The only time that I say that you have to think differently is if it affects other people. That's it. That's how I feel about it. All right, let me check you on all of your, okay. Don't worry, Eunice, you're all good. Sally Sal, yes, blessings. All right, let me see here. I'm really behind on the comments. Laura, good but not good. My daughter is about to have a baby, so that's happy. But the guy downstairs is still threatening me, and I need to get out of here, but I can't find a place. It's very uncomfortable. I'm sorry to hear that, Laura. Oh, Carlos, thank you. Yeah, I love chocolate too. I know, but only good chocolate. I can't settle for subpar chocolate. Like I told you guys, right? You can't have shitty sex, shitty friends, or shitty coffee. All right, let me see. I missed a lot of comments. Oh my God. See what happens when my big mouth is going? I miss all the comments. Don't think I'm ignoring you guys. I totally did not. I'm really behind on the comments, so hold on a second. Here we go. Where am I? Okay, here we go. Good morning, Orlando. Okay, let me see. Cheryl, good morning. How are you? Dory, I hope you know that at least I will always be there if you need me. Oh, thank you, Dory. Maria, we do feel undervalued, and you're right. Nobody ever says, how are you? How is your day? And it messes with our well-being and even self-worth. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm here and I'm checking in. I got you, mama. Very few people reach out, and the ones that do, I appreciate so much. Absolutely, Monica. But you know what? It goes both ways, because I'm the person that always reaches out. And when I tell you that this fucking thing don't go off, so, and then you know when it does go off, when you check somebody and you remind them that that's what takes place. But you know what? Everybody's got a life. Everybody's got shit they're dealing with. and maybe they're not okay. So it's hard for them to check on you to see if you're okay because they're having their own issues. You know what I'm saying? So don't hate on people. The only thing I would ever say is be, instead of resenting them, be verbal about it and communicate. I do that. There are people that are close to me and I'll say, well, you know what? If I don't reach out to you, you don't reach out to me. Really depends. I usually let it go for a long period of time, but then it'll get to a point where it bothers me because I recognize that I am the only person reaching out in this scenario. So I'll open up my mouth and I'll say it. I won't be a bitch about it, but I will say, well, you know what? Honestly, I know we're all in, a hard place right now, but, I'm always trying to check in and check up on you. If I don't reach out to you, I don't hear from you. And then you will see if their behavior changes and you feel valued, right? I don't need the fucking pity text of, how are you or checking up on you. I don't need a pity text, okay? I want the text or the phone call from the person that actually cares. And it's like, whatever. Like, I don't like when people do it just because it's protocol, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't know. Oh, it's Jimmy. I agree. I work hard at my job, help out at the house dinner, and helping out with kids. I feel I am not appreciated. I'm sorry to hear that. Eunice, I'm really sentimental. There you go. And a lot of us are. But you know what? When you have a big mouth and you have a strong personality, people think that things don't bother you. Yeah, okay. Check yourself. Alyssa, I know the person I am. I don't need approval from anyone. Yeah, but one thing has nothing to do with the other. It's not approval from anyone. It's more validation that I think is what is important. And I've said this on the show a number of times. Hey, Massimo. Thank you, Dory. Let me see. Stephanie, I agree. Thank you, Stephanie. Tony. Hi, Tony. Sorry, I was busy talking. I did see all your hearts before, but I didn't respond. I apologize. I lost some of the comments there. Gina, I try my hardest to show all the people in my life that I value them, and I do as much as I can for everyone, and it makes me feel accomplished and valued myself. And again, that's a beautiful thing. But if your value lies in what you do for others, then you're only setting yourself up for failure. Remember that, because you will never, ever make everybody happy. So you do from your heart and what makes you feel good, but never for what you're going to get back from that. If you're helping someone because you want to be validated that you are needed and necessary, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. And I know that's probably harsh to hear, right? So hear me again. If you're doing things because you feel the need to be needed, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. And if you are that person, which we've all been that person, right? If I make them need me, then I'll be important to them. You're never going to make somebody need you. What you're going to do is you're going to get used. So there's a fine line between someone using you and you allowing somebody to use you, so to speak. So like, I know when I'm being used, and I'm not being used because I'm allowing it. A lot of us don't realize that we are being used because we are so desperate to be needed and wanted and validated that we put ourselves in an impossible situation. And then you feel defeated and you feel unvalued because you are giving to an empty hole, and you cannot fix anybody but yourself. All right. Tamara, I am blessed. Cancer sucks and it's ugly, like running to the toilet and just not making it by a few feet. Then you have a mess to clean up. Been like that for a month now. I'm so sorry, Tamara. Mary, good morning. Monica, people are just sitting at home trying to figure out what will start the next drama. And that's true. Like, that's what I'm trying to say is that, you know what? Attention is not, you know, like people that saying, you must have a lot of time on your hands. Yeah. Yeah, we do. So when you have a lot of time on your hands, you find stuff wrong with everything, right? How about finding stuff right with everything, right? Those of you that have elderly parents or grandparents, what's the first thing that happens if you walk through the door? You walk through the door, you don't even fucking breathe, and they're like, blah, 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 right? This one called, and then this happened, and you're like, okay, can I take my coat off, right? Because they've had nobody to talk to, or they've been alone, or whatever the case may be, and so now they like explode with, you know, all these things, right? I mean, we've all had this happen to us, I'm sure. And that's because so much of life, you know, again, like we're waiting for life to happen, basically, right? And I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday. You know, I'm 50 years old. How much longer do I have to wait? I mean, the life I built is gone. And now I'm ready. I need a new life, and I'm building it. I've been building it, but like, you know, we need to live. We don't get this time back. I'm not going to go, I am going to be 50 again in April. No, I'm only kidding. But no, seriously, I mean, time stops for no one. And yet the world is stopped-ish. So, you know, it is very difficult to keep yourself mentally well, really. Keeping yourself mentally in check and healthy is not easy because things happen in life, and then add to it all of the crazy that's going on with our lives now. And it's a very, very tricky endeavor. Okay. Don't get me started on the topic. Okay, Mary. You never heard me curse so much. I'm not sure about that. John, good morning. It's real life, real talk. No doubt, Tamara. Rosie, too much extreme division with people. Exactly. Angela said, degrading any group of people is wrong, period. Exactly. I agree. Laura, I teach my daughter that you have to look from their perspective and from their own. How you see something may not mean that's how it is. Keep an open mind. Absolutely. I always say that. And that is kind of what I try to preach on here, right? To keep an open mind, to respectfully agree to disagree. Because what works for one does not work for the other. I told you guys yesterday, you know, when I stopped, you know, like I don't allow my son to eat certain things. And, you know, other families think I'm crazy because I don't allow my son to eat, you know, an icy that has dye, sugar, and, you know, dye and sugar in it, right? So am I looking at them saying, why would you feed your kid that? No, they're looking at me. I mean, I am looking at them like that, but that's different. I keep it to myself because it's my choice not to feed my son that. But they're looking at me like I'm a bad parent because I'm not allowing my son to have the icy. So again, judgment, you know, so again, to each his own. I'm not turning around and telling them that. If somebody says to me, Karen, how come you don't let your son eat those things? Then I will say, well, because my son, you know, first of all, no one should eat dye, even though it's in half of the shit we have. And my son's body does not react well to dye. Certain kids become very hyperactive, yada, yada. Sugar, another thing that, you know, is not a great thing for anybody to have, right? So I choose not to do that. When I give my son ice pops, I get him organic ice pops that have fruit in them and not maybe so much added sugar and certainly no dye. But that's what I do. So if somebody asks me why, I will answer them. If they don't, I keep my mouth shut, believe it or not. And I just let them do them and I do me. And I explain to my son This is how we live our life. That is how they live their life. And you know what? We're both entitled to do that. Well, that's all I keep trying to say. So anybody that thinks that I'm on this side, I'm on that side, I'm on nobody's fucking side. I'm on the side of peace. I'm on the side of love. I'm on the side of respect. Because if we can all respect one another and agree to disagree, then we're living in a much better climate. Mary, these things are being thrown in the faces of children who can't even wipe their own asses. As a parent, I feel like I am now being forced to have conversations I don't feel she is ready for. You know what, Mary? I don't know at what point you jumped in on the conversation, but I talked about that earlier, and I talked about, and I don't know how far back I am on the comments, but I talked about that you know, I shouldn't have to, we should have the dialogue, period. If I have to have the dialogue of, you know, when someone says something inappropriate or biased or whatever, you need to open that up, right? And it's the same thing that if you're making a Miss Potato Head and it's a transgender thing, you shouldn't have to explain that to a 5-year-old, right? So again, to each his own, but it's okay for us to put that in our children's face, but it's not okay for us to put other things in our children's faces. So that's what I was saying earlier, is it has to be across the board. It's not okay to have things only one-sided so that there's equality. I'm good with equality, but I think there's a time and a place for all of it. And we are responsible for that as parents and as adults. We are responsible for having that dialogue. We are responsible for teaching ourselves and our children what is appropriate and what is inappropriate in our belief system. And we shouldn't be forced to introduce something to a child that is way beyond our own, like, I don't even comprehend that. And now I have to try to explain this to my child, right? And the sad thing is the world we live in right now, our children understand this more than we do. My son is explaining shit to me. That's some crazy shit right there. And that's what tells you that this is what we're exposing our children to. And we're worried about all this other fucking bullshit. Yeah, okay. Listen, we're all a little bit fucked up, but we're all right. The crazy people, they need to use the brain. They're not do the right things. There you go, Eunice. Mary, you can't come play with my kitty if you aren't dressed for the occasion. There you go. I like that one. Gina, my girlfriends took me for dinner last night. We all got tested to go. Better safe than sorry. Love it. I know a lot of people that do that, and I love it. Sex, it's hump day. Yeah, I know, Tony. I know. I'm not having sex, so I don't want to fucking talk about it. No. Alyssa, I am bringing up my kids with the same morals and values I was brought up with. Not easy in the screwed up world we live in now. Indeed. Mary, I was all for no masks till my dad got diagnosed with stomach cancer. And again, I feel that we can all, like, you know, my father already said to me, he goes, even if the masks aren't like mandated, which again, whatever you want to call that, people are still going to wear them because they're going to feel more protected and safe. And guess what? We do know that people are getting sick less in terms of the flu, in terms of, you know, I don't know about you guys because my kid is not physically in school, but like I haven't gotten the strep throat notes. I haven't gotten any of those things, you know, your child was exposed to, you know, every parent loves when we get that letter, right? So I don't know. I would assume that since now they're following a different protocol because now we clean everything because we realize that disinfecting is fucking important. You know, people are wearing masks so the kids aren't like snotting all over the place, right? Because kids are just snotty, dripping, like, you know, they sneeze all over each other and they spread germs, but that's also how you build your immune system. So it's all kind of sort of relative, right? And again, you do what makes you feel comfortable. There are people that are wearing 2 masks or 3 masks that makes them feel more comfortable. God bless you, do it. Who fuck somebody that tells you not to do it? Who cares? This is how you feel. You don't have to agree with it. I'm wearing 3 masks. Then you could have a person next to you that say, I don't believe in masks. And if you're wearing a mask, then why are you worried about me not wearing a mask, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. We got this going on. And again, I'm in the neutral zone here. I'm not advocating for one or the other. All I'm saying is that everybody it should be even across the board. That's what I'm saying. Texas is going to open. Yes, I know. We were talking about that, Massimo. Let me see. Yes, my condolences. Well, not condolences, but I'm sending love to your dad, Mary. It's not easy. Hospitals calling every death COVID cases because they get money. Hold on. The comments just went kooky lookies. Hold on a second. I'm almost there. Bear with me, you guys. You know, once I go on a tangent, it's hard for me to, I keep talking and I didn't read all of your comments, but I'm getting there. I never, ever leave you guys out. How am I doing? I'm fine, thank you. And you? See, Eunice, that's the customary question and answer, right? Angelo, I have a friend who wore his mask, washed his hands all the time, and he still caught the virus. There are a lot of people, Angelo, that have been home. My cousin never left her house. Her and her baby got it. So, really, we, like everything else, look, you could walk out the door and a fucking tree could fall on your head. Look at the people that go and fight in wars and their entire platoon is dead and they're the only ones that come home. They're home for a month. They walk across the street, they get hit by a car and they die. My father disagrees with me, and anybody, again, this is my opinion. I believe our cards are already written. I think that we can do things in life that may prolong our visit here in this body of ours, but I do believe that your destiny is your destiny. I believe, can you change destiny? I don't know. I think that you can definitely change quality, but if, it's in your cards that you're dying, at 50, if you, beat those odds and you make it till maybe 60, it's still in your cards that you're going. I know like a lot of people that died young, they've had near-death experiences a number of times prior to whatever it was that killed them. What do I mean by that? Car accidents, sick, whatever, to me, when the hand is coming down to grab you, it may miss a few times, but eventually, if it keeps coming down to grab you, one of those grabs, you're going up. Well, hopefully up, but you know what I'm saying. Let me see who else is on here. Sour jelly beans. Oh yes, I do love sour jelly beans. You know that, Slick. Okay, let me see. Carmela, you guys are awesome. We have 30 people in here. You are all awesome. Thank you. Abso-fucking-lutely. Ed, I do check in with my family and friends to see how their day is going. You know what? That's a beautiful thing, Ed. Thank you so much for being that person. Georgie, I fully understand the regulations and restrictions of COVID. Well, I'm getting a phone call. Okay, not now. I'm a little busy. Restriction of COVID, but people can't live like this, especially social people like us, Irish. It's fucking hell having nowhere to go. It is definitely challenging. There's no doubt about that. I think we check on each other often. Joe Q, what's going on? Okay. You guys are talking to each other. I'm trying to read quick. It's not easy when you're having your own conversations. So I got to try to read before I speak. I do for ones that do for me, period. Okay, Alyssa. Jimmy, I agree. You have to be careful that you do get used to. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Let me see. All right. Dory, there are people out there that just do things for others because they are kind. That is true, but some people do things. There's a certain point in which you do for others, but you also have to do for yourself. A lot of people that do for others don't do for themselves, and that's where the problem is, because it becomes a gaping hole. So no one said that there weren't kind people out there. There are certainly kind people out there. I'm one of them. And I advocate for kindness all the time. But if you're only doing kind things for others to make yourself feel better, is what I'm saying, that you are not going to feel better, because that's a bottomless pit. Eunice, me too. I like everyone use me like I have good heart. People like to abuse me. Well, don't let that happen. Okay. Angela, you're freezing, as in like you're cold, or the screen is freezing? Eunice, I don't know what happened with the page. I'm not sure, honey. Maybe Carmela can help you, but I see your comments, Mama, and I'm reading all the comments right now. Hey, Jose, how are you? Just want to put out there, if you guys don't see me, I'll be in jail. Oh no, stop that, Carmela. Okay, Alyssa, people need to stay in their lane and worry about their own lives and what they do with their families, and not worry about what others are doing or not doing. I hear you. I'm sorry, I have change orders. I'll be damned if I let them go on in the bathroom with a transgender person. Definitely a tricky thing. I talked about this, right? I talked about the fact that we don't want our kids. Bathrooms, a lot of shit happens in bathrooms to begin with. So you got to be really careful. Let me see. Yes, Carmela, that's right. Because everything is COVID, nobody gets the flu or a cold or whatever. This is all about money. I'm sorry for whoever don't want to hear it. In certain aspects, perhaps. Soon if you don't get the vaccine, you're going to have to wear a bracelet. Yeah, and it's funny, because when the swine flu was happening, and my husband worked at the hospital, if you didn't get the vaccine, you had to wear like a mask and like literally like a sign on you saying that you didn't get it. So you are ostracized. When you wear a mask, you're protecting people from you. Okay, Angel, because people like to force their beliefs on people. That's why people who wear masks are mad about people who don't. Understood. I've had someone test positive in my household and everyone else is negative. What do you think about that? Bruno, good morning. How are you? Don't speak negative into existence. I like that, Angel. Alyssa, wonder how Texas is going to do now that they are lifting mandatory on mask wearing. Well, we'll see. That's what I'm trying to say. We will see. There's always two sides to every story. So again, I always say to you guys, do what works for you, and don't be so ready to discount everything and everyone. Check yourself. Be aware, be conscious, because so many people are just blindly following. Okay. So that's all I'm saying to you. And again, checking in, because guess what? For those of you that aren't doing so great, you have every fucking reason to feel that way. Let me validate that, because this is really, really difficult. And every way you turn, someone's right and someone's wrong. And it's very hard to live that way. So I am sending you guys all out love and light. That is what I try to do here. I try to make everybody see two sides, right? And I try to be neutral in it. I don't believe one person is right and one person is wrong. I believe that we are all about to, is that Sky Cat? Facebook needs to close the bar much earlier. What's up, Sky Captain? Where you been? We missed you. So yes, I just want you guys to remember, tomorrow isn't promised. Don't be an asshole today. That goes across the board. Lead with kindness. Do it from your heart, and always remember that what you give isn't always what you get. So if you're giving to get back, you really need to understand whether or not that's what you're doing, right? If your value weighs on others, you will never feel valued. So I will tell you that I value each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you commenting on the show, sharing it, being a part of our family. And you are not alone. You are valued. You are loved. So now you need to value yourself and you need to love yourself. And again, I tell you, love is always the answer. So I will see you guys mañana. Have a great, great hump day Wednesday. Remember, if anybody's getting any today, scream out my name 3 times, please, because I need it. Mwah! Love you guys. Have a great day.